Her murder made headlines, one of the most high-profile investigations in recent Central Texas history. Exactly 1 year ago today, police found the body of Kyle Victim Services counselor Samantha Dean. Tonight, KXAN Investigator Robert Maxwell takes a closer look at the case and what's next for the men charged in her death.
I'm on the backside of a vacant shopping mall in Bastrop County where exactly a year ago a passing patrol deputy made a horrible discovery. He noticed a black Dodge Charger just on the other side of this small wall. Outside on the passenger part of the vehicle, covered in a black piece of plastic, lay the body of a young woman. At the Kyle Police Department, the mysterious death of one of their beloved victim services counselors came as a staggering blow.
Very sweet, very compassionate, warm. You have to be in that job.
Samantha Dean was 7 months pregnant at the time with a girl she had named Madeline.
Every time that I saw her, especially with her baby bump now, you know, I'm gonna miss it because everybody knew she was going to be an outstanding mother.
Court records show the 29-year-old died as the result of multiple gunshot wounds. In the Central Texas winter days that followed, who pulled the trigger and why daunted investigators. Months later, court filings began to paint a picture. Revealed in unsealed search warrants, an admission to detectives from Dean's romantic interest, this man, Vontre Clark. He said he was the father of Dean's unborn child, a secret he kept from another woman he had been living with. The day after the discovery of Dean's body, Clark, an Austin police officer, was placed on restricted duty. Days later, Dean's body was returned to her childhood home in San Antonio. And the community carried out a final remembrance.
If I saw you in heaven.
Exactly 1 month after Samantha Dean's death, a group for sex assault survivors honored her work with victims. Fighting back tears, Dean's parents accepted the honor on their daughter's behalf.
Everyone tells me as time passes it'll get better, but I'm just not feeling that right now. I miss her so much.
Through the spring and summer, county and state investigators would painstakingly piece together a motive for murder. They relied on tracking information from phones purchased at various places where surveillance cameras caught the transactions. Then, in June, unsealed court records showed this man, Aaron Williams, had let police know that Vontre Clark told a mutual friend Clark was looking to pay someone $5,000 to kill Dean and her baby. That friend, an old high school buddy of Clark's named Kevin Watson.
And I think at some point we will see Mr. Clark back.
In late July, Austin's police chief fired Vontre Clark just days after he suddenly left Texas for Indonesia. Clark's boss said the trip happened days after APD's internal affairs investigators had summoned him.
I'm looking forward to the day that the Dean family gets justice. And I can tell you that I hope that that justice comes quickly because what happened to that beautiful woman and her baby, there's no excuse for it. It's despicable.
September 2nd, FBI agents ferried a captured Vontre Clark from Bali back to the U.S., to Central Texas and the Bastrop County Jail.
Samantha was part of our law enforcement family here in Central Texas. We thought we had to go to great lengths to do what we could do to bring back Vontre Clark.
Weeks later, October 21st, a grand jury handed down an indictment for capital murder. And weeks after that, as Samantha Dean's family and friends looked on, came Clark's arraignment. With it, a plea of not guilty. Vontre Clark is due back in Bastrop County Court later this month. That's when his pretrial is set to begin. He is charged with capital murder. Also charged with capital murder, his good friend, Kevin Watson. Watson remains locked up in the Harris County Jail, where he's been since last April on unrelated drug charges. And if the DA here in Bastrop is planning to bring Watson back here for that arraignment hearing, he's not saying. In Bastrop County, I'm Robert Maxwell, KXAN Investigates.
There is no word yet if this trial will be moved out of Bastrop County, but digging deeper late last summer while the community awaited Clark's capture, KXAN gave you a glimpse into his background and what led up to this moment. We showed you he spent part of his high school years attending Austin's Reagan High, playing junior varsity basketball. We also sat down with the mother of Vontre Clark's close friend, Kevin Watson.
The Trey that I know, that I've known for 15 years, could not be capable of something this heinous.
Who's the Trey you know?
The Trey that I knew was when I lived in Austin. I used to live in Austin at about 1999 and like 2006. And he was just a sweet kid.
Kevin Watson is important to this case since he is the second person charged in Samantha Dean's killing. Remember, detectives allege he is the one who told Aaron Williams about the plan to kill Dean. Online right now, our complete coverage of this case from the beginning. It's all in the investigative section of KXAN.com.